Our eyes can easily deceive us, and there are times even when we investigate something, we come up with an inaccurate conclusion. Like when we're buying a used car. Everything might look great on the surface, but once we've purchased it, we may discover it has serious issues. Another way in which this can play out in our lives has to do with products or clothing we order online. I imagine we've all discovered that they don't always look or operate in the way they were described. Most of the times we have some kind of recourse, like returning the item and getting a refund, so it's nothing more than an inconvenience. But that's not always the case. Like when we invest in a friendship with someone, then discover she has a hidden agenda, or we quit our job for an opportunity where much was promised, but little was delivered. The Jews faced this type of situation under the leadership of Joshua. As the Israelites began to conquer the land that had been promised to them, God told them to kill all of the inhabitants, without exception. The Lord gave them great victories, so the people who were in the path of the Jews were terrified. One nation devised a plan to save themselves. The Gibeonites sent men to Joshua with stale bread and worn-out clothes, who said they had traveled from a distant land. They asked the Israelites to make a treaty with them. They were skeptical, and Joshua 9:14 and 15 tells us, "The men of Israel sampled their provisions, but did not inquire of the Lord. Then Joshua made a treaty of peace with them and let them live, and the elders of the assembly ratified the oath." They merely examined how the men looked and what their supplies were like, and concluded that they were telling the truth. As a result, they made a treaty with them. If they had only sought the Lord, He would have revealed the deception. Because of this treaty, Joshua was forced to fight a battle not against one king or nation, but against 5 that had joined together. May we be on guard against falling into the trap of the Gibeonites and not rely solely on physical evidence, which can be misleading. Instead, let's seek the counsel of the Lord in all things and trust that He will guide our every path.